Hello everyone, good morning. Hope all of you are doing well. So, uh, today what we will be discussing about is the MPPSC 2023 examination, and we will be discussing about the prelims examination and the prelims paper of 2023 and what exactly was asked by this particular exam. Now, let's get to the first question. And the first question is talking about which of the following is the correct order of agriculture practice. Now, the commission is asking about the agriculture practices. So you should understand the agriculture practices, right? Now, the answer, I have already the answer key with me. Now, the first question is asking about the agriculture practice, the correct order of that particular agriculture practice. Now, this we have regarding the agriculture practice, that how agriculture practice works like. So basically, for growing the crops, farmers perform a series of activities, right? Now, what is agriculture? So basically, agriculture is the growing of the plants and rearing animals for the food, clothing, and other useful products is called the agriculture. Now, plants of the same kind grown on a larger scale for food, clothing, etc. are called crops. For example, several crops of maize, rice, wheat, and maize, pulses, urad, arhar, moong, dal, fruits such as mango, apple, and banana, and spinach, potato, and onion. These are what? These are exactly the agriculture crops that are being grown by the farmers. Now, the agriculture practice is a step-by-step process where for growing the crops, farmers perform a series of activities in particular sequence. Now, this particular series of activities is done in a particular sequence. Let's say a sequence is what? A sequence is a numerology where we are particularly following a particular sequence which is from step 1 to step 2, 3, 4, 5. This way we are doing this, right? Now the major steps are the preparation of the soil. Now the agriculture practices have certain process, certain steps which are, preparation of the soil, selecting and sowing of the seeds, and then the irrigation, weeding, crop protection, harvesting, and storage. Now, basically, in the soil preparation, what we are doing is that we are ploughing the particular soil. Now, soil preparation, what we are doing particularly, right? So, we are basically preparing the soil for the sowing purpose for the or for the agriculture purpose. Now, soil preparation. See, this is how the soils looks like. So basically here, as we can see in the image itself, so there is soil and the person is handing some kind of a tool through which he is basically ploughing the soil and then preparing the soil as per the requirement of the agriculture, right? So this is how exactly the soil is being prepared and ploughing. Let me just go into the ploughing part. So see, this is how exactly the ploughing is done. So basically, ploughing is what? Ploughing is basically, uh, you know, mitti khodna that we say in Hindi. See, basically what is happening. Basically, there is one tractor and that is being used for uh, ulat pulat or something like that for the, you know, soil, so that the soil would be proper, leveling and applying the fertilizers, selecting the soil, sowing of the seeds where we are selecting and sowing the seeds after the ploughing has been done and the leveling and the fertilizers has been put toward the soil. And then what we are doing is that we are irrigating that particular soil. Now irrigating is what? Irrigating is particularly the uh, you know app- irrigation is what? Irrigation is basically giving water to that particular soil in a proportionate way or in a limited way, right? So that what will happen is that the soil will not be. So irrigation is what? Irrigation is the practice of applying controlled amount of water to the land to help grow crops. So basically, here we are applying the water to the land so that the crops be grown properly. Landscape plant and lawns irrigation has been a key aspect of agriculture for over 5,000 years and has been developed by many cultures around the world, right? Let us move forward towards the uh, question again. So basically, the right answer is the B option, as we can see here also. That's first option is first question's answer is B. So basically, soil preparation, we are preparing the soil, sowing where we are sowing the seeds on the particular soil, and then irrigating where we are providing a limited amount of water to that particular soil so that the seed get an environment to grow, right? And then we are harvesting. Harvesting is what? Harvesting is collecting the particular uh, you know harvesting is the collection of the crops. Harvesting is the process of collecting plants, animals, or fish as food, especially a process of gathering mature crops, right? So here we are doing what? We are basically collecting the mature crops. So you can see this old man. So this is particularly using a donkey for collecting the grown crops, and then he will take it away and sell in the market or to the wholesaler, right? This is how exactly the harvesting is being done. Now let us move forward towards the next question. The next question is asking us about who declared the year 2024 as the International Year of Camelites. So Camelites, see what exactly this hmm, see International Year of Camelites. This is particularly related to uh, you know one of the declaration given by the United Nations, and it has declared International Year of Camelites as the year 2024. Now, the year will highlight how camelites are key to the livelihood of the millions of households across the 90 countries, right? Now, see, camels has played a very vital role in the livelihood of many people.
There are different
So
types of
basically,
us
United
worldwide.
Nations is one of the
On
organizations
highlands and in deserts,
who is
we reside.
a
We are
unity of different
alpacas,
nations.
Bactrian
Now
camels,
here you can see that there are certain
dromedaries,
camels,
true.
and these camels are being
But don't
used for
forget, we are guanacos,
uh,
llamas, and vicuñas,
for the
milk,
for the
meat,
milk purposes. We are using it
and
meat
fiber.
for the fiber.
We are hardy
So
mammals
basically we are
and
using
providers.
camels for a lot variety of
We
things,
nurture communities,
right?
playing times used as transport.
So it is also used for the
Wherever you
transport
go,
also,
short or
where there is
tall, stocky or slender, in harsh
desert areas.
conditions,
There also the
we
camels are
thrive
used for
and
the
rarely
transportation,
surrender.
right?
We are creatures of hope, creating we will tackle
Now let us move forward towards the next question. So basically here the MPPSC or the commission wants to know that whether the candidate is aware of the different international organizations such as UNESCO, WHO, USA. We will discuss one by one that what particularly this UNESCO means, what is the meaning of WHO. As per my understanding, WHO is World Health Organization. UNESCO is related to I'm not able to recall that particular UNESCO, and then USA is United States of America. Now let us move forward towards discussing the UNESCO, and then we will also discuss the UN and other things. Right? Now, what is UNESCO? See, you can see this particular image of UNESCO. So there is a building. So basically, United Nations. So what is the full form of UNESCO? The full form of UNESCO is United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. Right? UNESCO is a United Nations educational. Educational means that this particular organization is working for the education of people, scientific and cultural. Now you can see this UNESCO in Brasilia, UNESCO Institute in Delft, right? Now UNESCO is a specialized agency of the United Nations with the aim of promoting world peace, right? So basically it is doing what? It is promoting the world peace and security through international cooperation in education. So promoting the world peace means what exactly it is doing? World peace, what is the concept of world peace? So the concept of world peace is saying that it is the concept of an ideal state of peace within and among all the people and nations on the planet Earth, different cultures, religions, philosophies, and organizations having varying concept on how such a state would come about. And security means the international security is a term which refers to the measures taken by the states and the international organizations such as United Nations, European Union, and others to ensure mutual survival safety. Right. So basically, UNESCO is doing these things. UNESCO was founded in 1945. Now, as you already know, that United Nations, the headquarter of United Nations is in New York, USA. And if we talk about the UNESCO, the headquarter is in Paris, France. Now, where exactly this Paris, France is, this we will also understand. So you can see this is how Paris looks like. It's wonderful, it's beautiful, it's just amazing. We will also see in the map how exactly the Paris looks like. See, see in the Google Maps and itself, we will see, find a place, we will see that where the Paris is. See, here is the Paris. So Paris is in the France, right? Uh, so here is India. As you can see that here is India, and here is the Paris, which is in the France. Now, okay. So now let us discuss about this. So it is basically it was founded in 1945, and it also shaped the events of the World War II. It is to advance the peace, sustainable development, and human rights by facilitating collaboration and dialogue among the nations. It pursued this objective through five major program areas: education, natural science, human science, culture, and communication information. UNESCO sponsors projects that improve literacy, provide technical training and education, advance science, protect independent media and press freedom, preserve regional and cultural history, and promote cultural diversity. Right? This is how exactly the United Nations education, educational, scientific, and cultural organization works like. Now the question is asking us that who declared the year as international, who declared the year 2024 as the International Year of Camelites. So basically the answer is UN, which is the United Nations. UNESCO is one of the organization. WHO, we will also understand this WHO. So UNESCO's headquarter is in which place? It is in France, right? We already discussed this, right? It is in Paris, France. So this we will remember it by UNESCO Paris. So education things are going to happen, and cultural things are going to happen in this particular organization, and it is in Paris, France, right? How you will remember this particular term? UNESCO is in Paris, France. So you can remember it by one of the mnemonics, that is UNESCO, oh, France, UNESCO France, UN इसको फ्रेंच बोल रहा है, ठीक है, ऐसा याद कर सकते हैं। यूनेस यूएन इसको फ्रेंच आती है, इसको से याद आ जाएगा ना, इसको फ्रेंच आती है तो उससे पेरिस फ्रांस हो जाएगा। ओके, फ्रेंच, या फिर इसको फ्रेंड बना लो, एजुकेशन साइंटिफिक एंड कल्चरल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, this is a friendly organization, so basically it is in the France, this we can understand, right? It is a friendly organization, it is friend to everyone, so it is in France. Okay, now let us move forward towards WHO. WHO, World Health Organization. You must have learned about this in the COVID times. It was one of the major. See now, the World Health Organization is a specialized agency of the United Nations responsible for the international public health. It is headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland. So basically, United Nations responsible for the international public health. So uh, WHO was a specialized agency, and it was, the mother was United Nations. It is responsible public health, and it is headquartered in Switzerland. Now, how you will remember this particular World Health Organization as it is in the Geneva, Switzerland? So you can remember it by the term. Uh, we will see that how exactly the Geneva looks like, right? Geneva, Switzerland. Switzerland, we will see. See, this is how where the Switzerland is. So it is one of the uh, European country, right? So basically, it is in the Geneva, Switzerland. How you will remember this particular term? World Health Organization, Geneva, Geneva, World Health Organization, Health, Geneva, right? WHO was established in 1948 and convened its first meeting on 24th July. It incorporated the assets, personnel, and duties of the League of the Nations, health organizations, and the Paris-based Office International Hygiene Public, including the international classification of the diseases. Right. So this is basically the WHO. Right. We will read about it more in the next session. WHO played a leading role in the several public health achievements, most notably the eradication of the smallpox, the near eradication of polio, development of the Ebola vaccine. Ebola vaccine is what? Ebola vaccine is either approved or developed in the prevent Ebola virus, right? One of its current includes communicable diseases such as HIV, Ebola, malaria. So this is basically one of the health organization. USA, you already know, it is United States of America. Now let's move forward towards the third question, which is talking about which among the following is not a globally accepted national hotspot of India. Now, why the particularly commission is asking this particular question? That which among the following is the not globally accepted national hotspot of India? The commission wants to know that whether you know all the hotspot of India, right? So that you can answer this particular question. So the commission expects you to understand Indian geography properly, right? Now, we will study one by one all of them. See, the answer is already no, Narrow Hills, which is not a globally accepted national hotspot. But see, the answer is already, we have the answer key, right? So the answer is B, which is the Narrow Hills. Now, Narrow Hills is not a hotspot. Okay. So what is the hotspot? National, globally accepted national hotspots of India. Globally accepted national hotspots of India.
According to Clear IAS, four of the world's 36 biodiversity hotspots are
You can see this particular diagram itself. See, these are the, you know, this is what this is given by the ADDA 24/7. See. Biodiversities. Biodiversity hotspots in India are the Himalayas. Now, Himalayan is situated in the Jammu and Kashmir part, or some, you already know this, and the Indo-Burma region. So this is the Indo-Burma region, which is there in the India itself. The Indo-Burma region is basically, I think that this part is the eastern part, I guess. So basically, it has certain states. What are these states which are there here? This you will also understand by one of the diagram only. So India, we will see the map of India. See, so basically this is Assam, Nagaland, Manipur, Dispur, Arunachal. So this is basically the biodiversity hotspots. Now you must have a confusion that what exactly the biodiversity hotspot means. This also we will discuss. For the world, 36 biodiversity hotspots are located in India: the Himalayan, the Western Ghats, the Indo-Burma region, and the Sundaland. Two of these, Indo-Burma and area and Sundaland, are distributed throughout South Asia and are not precisely contained within the India's formal borders. Right? What are biodiversity hotspots? The word hotspot describes region with a high priority of conservation. The hotspot means the word describes that region with a high priority for conservation. Now, what do you understand by the high priority of conservation? Conservation is what? Conservation is, basically where you want to conserve a particular thing. The thing should be the same for a longer period of time, right? Such as the example being a phone also. If I want to conserve this phone, so I want it to be at the same state for a longer period of time. So basically, these hotspots are basically high priority conservations because of their abundant biodiversity. High Now, what is biodiversity? Hotspots for biodiversity are places with a high concentration of indigenous species. So, in case of marine hotspots, fish, snails, lobsters, and coral reefs are all taken into account. Most hotspots are found in the tropical and subtropical area where high temperature and humidity are typically all year round. Criteria to be satisfied for for a biodiversity hotspot include still 1500 vascular plant species that are unique to the planet. So basically, what exactly the biodiversity hotspot would say is that uh, there is a high concentration of indigenous species or species that cannot be found elsewhere in India, or which is very unique to that particular place. Now, biodiversity hotspots in India are what? The Himalaya, the Indo-Burma, the Western Ghats, and the Sundaland. We will discuss all of these terms one by one. So the Himalayan, all of the world's mountain peaks higher than 8,000 meters, including Mount Everest, are found within the Himalayan hotspot, which spans more than 3,000 kilometers across the northern Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, and the northwest and the northeastern countries, not northeastern states of the India. It also has several of the deepest river gorges of the world. The Himalayan mountains ranges is 7.5. Now, mixed conifer forest in the higher hills, alpine meadows above the tree line, the tallest alluvial grassland in the world, subtropical broadleaf forest along the foothill, temperature broadleaf forest in the mid hills. Now we can see the Himalayan biodiversity, right? We will just search about this particular term so that we can understand Himalayan biodiversity. Biodiversity. See the Great Himalayan National Park. You can see different types of creatures here, such as there is one leopard, there is one bear, and there is one goat over here. This is the natural heritage sites of the Himalayas. You can see this particular animal that is there. So basically, biodiversity, the meaning of biodiversity is, you know, uh, biodiversity. What is biodiversity? We will just understand. The species diversity refers to the variety of different types of species found in a particular area. So this is what diversify this particular region, right? Now threats to the Himalayan diversity. So threats are promoting both outside immigration and internal immigration. Some people will come, some will go. So basically, it will hamper the uh, biodiversity. So that is why it is the hotspot, right? Indo-Burma. What is uh, unique in the Indo-Burma region? So the Indo-Burma hotspot formerly encompassed parts of the northeastern India, Bangladesh, and Malaysia. However, Bangladesh, India, and the Malaysia are regarded as extra limital to the hotspot for the purpose of the ecosystem profile, because the northeastern India is included in the Himalayan hotspot, and the hotspot only barely extends into the Bangladesh and Malaysia. So uh, basically, there are six new species which are uh, identified in the Indo-Burma region. This includes the large antlered muntjac, right? We will just have a look on this particular. So basically, this is not exactly the. It is a bear, and it is found in the Indo-Burma region. That is why. And then there is one leaf deer. There are a lot of deers, right, in this region. So uh, leaf deer. This is how the leaf deer looks like. Okay, the deer with leaves. So there is a lot of pattiyan or leaves which is there in the deer leaf. Now let's move forward toward the saula. What exactly the saula is? Saula. See, these are the different type of animal species which are found in the Indo-Burma region. That is why it is called as the. Uh, Now let's talk about the Western Ghats. Western Ghats is where? See, you can see this in the diagram itself. Western Ghats. It is the greener one, right? So it is Kerala or something in the south region, I think. Now, Western Ghats, the Western Ghats sometimes referred to as the Shaidrai, Sahyadri Hills locally are made up of Malabar Plains and a group of mountains that extend to 30 to 50 kilometers inland and parallel to India's western coast, right? By blocking the southwestern monsoon winds, the Western Ghats control the amount of rain that falls on the peninsular India. So basically, what Western Ghats are doing is it is protecting us, controlling the amount of rain, right? Every year, a lot of rain falls on the western slopes of the mountain, with most of it falling during the southwest monsoon between June to September. Numerous rivers, including the three main eastward flowing rivers on the peninsula, originate in these highlands. As a result, they serve as a essential source of power, irrigation, and drinking water. So basically, there are a lot of rivers that are flowing from the Burma region, and the river is useful for the drinking water, right? And for the irrigation purposes and for the power production, right? Power production such as the electricity is being produced and different type of power sources, right? There are many different types of vegetations in the Western Ghats due to the region's complicated geography and rainfall patterns. And then we will talk about the Sunda land. So Sunda land is what? We will have a map with us that how exactly the Sunda land looks like. See. See, this is how exactly the Sundaland looks like. Uh, Sundaland, also called as a biographical Southeastern Asia, corresponding to a larger landmass that was exposed throughout the last 2.6 million years. Right? We will have it also in our must have in this diagram also, right? Sundaland. I don't think that. See, these are the red area which is there, and this is depicted as the Sundaland. And now Sundaland is islands situated left right side of the uh, of the Indian map. Okay, now the Sundaland also is a hotspot of the biodiversity. Now why exactly it is that the Sundaland hotspot include the western half of the Indo Malayalam archipelago, which is made up of about 17,000 equilateral islands. Borneo and Sumatra are two of the largest islands in the world. Almost all of the Malaysia, including Peninsular Malaysia and the East Malaysia states of the Sarawak and the Sabah in the northern Borneo, Singapore at the tip of the Malay Peninsula, Brunei, Darussalam. So these are basically what these are the uh, you know the hotspots. Now we will discuss other questions in the next session. Right. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Bye bye. Take care.